Okay, so we're gonna talk about the neighborhood of San Ramon, currently at Walmart, and we're just gonna kind of walk through this little barrio. And the reason we're talking about this barrio today is because this is where my most recent Airbnb has been. It makes me so sad that this place is not open, but it's a government run like playground, and the one here in San Cris has been closed the entire time I've lived here, with the exception of like literally 2 days. Like they opened it just to tease me. This is kind of a busy street that I'm about to go on to, so hopefully it's not too loud. It is one of the major roads that runs near San Cris, so it's got a lot of traffic, but San Ramon is one of those best kept secrets, but not really a secret places here in San Cris. It's far enough from Centro that you don't get a lot of the noises. You don't get as much cohetes, you don't get as much fireworks on this side, which is not to say that it's quiet, but comparatively, and you'll notice it probably especially during the holidays, this is the side that gets a little less noise. Some people really prefer it. This is where Walmart and Chedraui is located. Soriana is not technically in this area, but it's pretty close. And so you've got a lot of the big box stores here, as well as, of course, the larger pharmacias. The hospitals are not too far from this side of town. The playground that I just showed, when it opens, is gonna be amazing. I feel like if I were to ever move to the west side of town, San Ramon would be it for sure. Alex and I recently went to an Airbnb and we stayed a few days. We stayed during the holidays and we were at the southernmost part of the barrio, which is closest to Iglesia Merced. So we did hear some noise from Merced as well as San Cristobalito, but for the most part, pretty quiet neighborhood. And it's got everything you need, which is typical of all barrios, but unlike most barrios, which has a lot of tiendas, a lot of small stores that covers all of your needs, here you've got the big name stores as well as all the places to fix your cars, etc. Like it's like a city on its own. Dr. Sims is almost always dancing there. In addition to having kind of all the major stores here, San Ramon has a lot of really pretty gated communities. I have no idea if they're available for rent or not, but nevertheless, it's really cool walking by here. Now, I don't have a car in San Cris, and I'm glad for it because I would hate to be driving here, but for those of you with a car, one of the other benefits of San Ramon, as well as just the west side of town in general, is there's a lot more auto mechanics as well as gas stations. So logistically, it might just be the smart place to live. That being said, of course, people on the east side do have cars and they do somehow make it work. I just don't know where the gas stations are for them. ¿Es abierto todos los días?
Sí.
So a little mercado. I'm not gonna walk through the entire thing, but obviously you can get whatever you need. Dairy products, pollo, tortillas. Of course, there's multiple clothing. While I am a fan of like the large mercados that we have here in San Cris, the smaller ones are a lot less overwhelming and still have everything you could possibly want. Water purification, natural products. I don't know what they mean by natural products, to be honest. Nutri San Cris. Loving the art. And I could be wrong, but San Ramon, I think, has the most bakeries of all the barrios. So many little restaurants and tiendas here. The restaurants lean like local foods, which is super yum. So I highly recommend. And then at night, a lot of food truck type restaurants start opening up here as well. Because I don't hang out on this side of town, I always forget till I come back here that near Chedraui, you kind of have everything you might need. So one, Chedraui itself is basically like Walmart. So it's got the normal kind of Walmart variety that you would expect. But specifically here, you've got not only the movie theater, which is what I frequent, but you have Mega Cable, which is for your internet. You've got Telcel for your phone. You have an optometrist if you want to get your eyes checked. Obviously tons of little stores and restaurants. Copel, which is like a department store kind of location. San Ramon really has everything you might need, and it's a more quiet neighborhood, especially when compared to, let's say, Guadalupe or right next to the major churches. The Airbnb I got was actually really close to Chedraui. It was about a block away. But before we talk about that, let me show you my favorite bakery, which is just too far, thank goodness, for me to go to very frequently. So this bakery is not technically in San Ramon, just so you're aware. It's about a block away from Chedraui. Is Three Kings Cake, which is distinctly different from the local Three Kings Cake. Like it's a similar shape, etc., but yeah, much more moist and just delicious. Now let's talk about that Airbnb. Very cool. A full fridge. I brought my own seasonings. However, we do have salt, pepper, some chili flakes, and sugar. Olive oil. Guys, I'm so happy to see this. Your utensils, trash bag, hand towels. I don't know if it's coming from next door or below, but basically I'm in a quadruplex. There's like 4 apartments next to each other. So I'm on one of the upper apartments, but next to me is an apartment, and then below me is an apartment, and I'm definitely hearing somebody's chit chat, which probably comes from all these amazing windows. I love that I've got an actual oven. I probably won't use it, although I am tempted to buy like cookies. Oh, and she's got a cookie pan in there. It's like they want me to bake cookies today. I've got Ziploc bags, very cool. Hot water here. I have a microwave, coffee maker, and I love that she provides coffee. So I've been to several Airbnbs in Mexico by now, and even in the US, actually. I'm really used to everything not being provided for. So obviously I have to bring my own actual food, but I really love that she's got olive oil here. But they literally have everything I could possibly need. The last 2 Airbnbs in San Cris had basically no water. Luckily, I'm comfortable enough to be able to get my own water, but if this was my first time in Mexico, I would absolutely freak out. I really think she took care of all the needs that we would want, especially if we're foreign and we don't know where to get the things. Like, I could literally make everything I want here without worrying about, okay, I've got to go buy a pan I like, etc. Again, most Airbnbs that I've been to, they don't have options when it comes to, cooking pans, etc., which is totally normal. Like, I don't get upset at that. I think it's absolutely reasonable that they have no idea what I would prefer to use, but I love that this particular place just has thought of everything that I could possibly want and provided it. Absolutely love this place. Alex has already said he wants to move here. She's got Netflix, she's got some games we can play. Oh, I thought this was trivia, but it's literally a variety of games we can play. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. Sanitizer stuff. We've got some information to help us out. The Wi-Fi has been really great here so far. So last night we were both streaming Netflix at the same time on different computers and no problem. While also, because we're, unhealthy multitaskers, also getting things done on our phones, etc. So very cool. Okay, so obviously don't mind all of my stuff, but I like her cute couches that she's bought here. They're not comfortable enough to sleep on or anything, but I think it absolutely suffices and it's super cute. I don't believe I'm allowed to have parties, but if I wanted a guest or two over, I think this would be comfortable, especially because I've got a full kitchen. If anybody wanted to come over and cook for me, that would be nice. In addition to being able to hear the neighbors, there is a slight echo, which will probably affect the audio quality of my video today, but nevertheless, I don't think it's too bad. So we've got lots of spaces where I've got the sunlight from the roof that's allowed to enter the space, which is awesome. Got an opening here. You can see on this side. That's where Alex slept last night. And so I've got, again, this natural sunlight that goes down into whoever is living below me, which also allows the sound to travel. You can see that these windows also open if I wanted to let fresh air in. There's a glass top, but there's also openings throughout, so you can still get some natural airflow.
Is there like a heater or something?
Nope. This is where I slept, of course, and my windows, again, lead out to bricks, where I can still see the sunlight and whoever's downstairs. And she provides extra blankets, which you don't really need because these blankets are amazing. This place is pet friendly and no smoking on the inside, which is perfect because we don't smoke. So it's got a security system for that door, which is pretty cool. Highly recommend. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about San Ramon in particular or questions about maybe other parts of San Cris. And if you're interested in another Airbnb video I did, then you're gonna wanna check out this video next.